Press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
U.S. on brink of great war and must act now over Russia and Syria. War analysts have predicted the region could explode into war unless the U.S. makes another move over the Syria crisis. Jennifer Cafarella, senior analyst for the Institute for the Study of War, offered a grim assessment of the unfolding conflict in the Middle East. She warned the U.S. president must reset his entire Syria strategy to stop an emerging clash which is brewing between Russia, Syria, Iran, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Israel and the Gulf states. Russia has a major stake in the Middle East as it props up the Syrian regime, helping to defend it and trying to end the Syrian civil war in favor of Bashar al-Assad. U.S., UK and French forces launched airstrikes last week in a response to an alleged chemical attack on civilians in Douma. Writing for the think tank, Ms. Cafarella said the U.S. must help to stop the escalation in the Middle East which risks regional war and sets conditions for a great power conflict. Ms. Cafarella predicted things will only get worse the longer the U.S. tries to avoid taking further action in Syria. She said, "The war continues to escalate. Russia, Iran, Assad, and Turkey are all attacking American forces and local partners in Syria. Israel and Iran are in an escalation pattern that could quickly become a regional war. The withdrawal of America's limited forces in Syria would create a vacuum that leads to further escalation or enables American adversaries to grow stronger." Trump had been talking about pulling U.S. troops out of the war-torn state in the days before the alleged attack on Douma. Ms. Cafarella said Trump must do more, but added he must use tools beyond the military instrument. The U.S. needs to defeat al-Qaeda and ISIS, secure to a stable and ensuring end to the war and stop the brewing clash between the rowing states in the region. Trump also need to stop Iran's growing presence in Syria, which risks them gaining a foothold against Israel and being used as a proxy by Russia. Ms. Cafarella wrote, "President Trump faces no easy decisions in Syria. Desirable options vanished over the 8 years of vicious civil war. The cost and difficulty of acting in Syria will only continue to grow the longer the U.S. tries to avoid these problems." She added, "President Trump should assert the leadership that the Obama administration shied away from and chart a new way forward in Syria." Syria has become a major flashpoint between the U.S. and Russia amid growing fears the two could clash and trigger World War III. Trump has previously spoken about wanting to take action against Russia and Iran for their backing of Assad. Russian and Iranian targets were on the U.S. strike plan, until Trump was talked down by the General James Mattis, according to reports. The Ayatollah is believed to have tens of thousands of troops backing Assad, and are feared to trying to establish a permanent presence in Syria. Israel is particularly nervous about the growing presence of Iran, and are reported to have attacked their forces in Syria. Syrian regime helicopters are alleged to have gassed hundreds of people, killing dozens, in the rebel-held town of Douma. Outrage swept the world after this barbaric attack which brought the war-torn nation back into the spotlight for the West. Russia and Syria the attack, and have gone as far claiming it never happened or was staged by Britain in a bid to bring the West into the Syrian civil war. Trump, backed by Prime Minister Theresa May and French Premier Emmanuel Macron, launched an 103 missile blitz on 3 chemical weapon sites in Syria on April 14.